New tropical cyclone forming near Palau. Well, it looks like the Northern Hemisphere is about to roar into life with a borderline tropical cyclone here in West 93W. Located entering the Philippine Sea at 7.2 north, 134 degrees east. This system currently contains winds of around 30 miles per hour, 50 kilometers per hour, a pressure of 1007 millibars, moving north-northwest at 21 miles per hour or 34 kilometers per hour. This is the latest as of 10 a.m. Palau time, 9 a.m. in the Philippines. This storm heading northwestwards, or soon to be storm, it should be said, north-northwest in fact is its current movement. Well, here it is right now. It doesn't have a wind field and there aren't any watches or warnings in effect officially at this point. It is still an area of interest, but we do expect it to become a tropical cyclone during the course of Thursday. It is 54 kilometers from Coro on Palau, 854 from Bislig in southern in Mindanao, 981 from Surigao City, 1085 from Tacloban, and 1164 from Cebu City. As it moves northwestwards, it will get closer to all of those locations, and it could swipe some of those eastern islands, particularly Samar, before moving further towards the north and eventually northeast. We'll take a look at its track shortly. The primary hazard right now is still for flash flooding, and it's likely to produce substantial amounts of rainfall with flash flooding possible along the eastern islands particularly. Now, we're currently expecting wind impacts to remain minor, but if the storm does overperform and blow up quite quickly, that could change to be more of a wind threat, but at the moment it's more towards the rain. So here is the location of this area of interest and the forecast over the next few days. The wind field starts to grow, first on the northeastern quadrant and then throughout the rest of the storm as we enter the weekend, moving beyond Catanduanes, then northwards and then northeastwards, possibly affecting the east coast of Luzon, and then sweeping up northeastwards towards the Daitojima Islands of Japan, and eventually possibly southeast of Tokyo as we get towards next week. But right now, 30 miles per hour, and that's got decent support right now from ASCAT. JTWC a little bit lower actually, at only 25 miles per hour, although I expect they'll be climbing fairly soon. Not much else to say about the storm's intensity. I keep saying storm even though it isn't quite one yet. It would be a tropical depression if there was some more convection blowing up near the center. And a centre that's still very broad and lopsided. There's the JTWC Tropical Cyclone Formation Alert. That was issued a good while ago now, actually. You can see it was before it struck Palau, and it was for motion towards the northwest. And we've also created a unofficial watch and warning guide for the system right now, and these are the areas that have us most concerned at this time. Storm conditions likely within 48 hours in all of those orange zones, and possible within 72 hours in all of those yellow zones, affecting quite a few of those eastern islands through the Visayas and southeastern Luzon. Here's the GFS forecast model for the next 7 days, and you can see there it actually has trended westwards, where the storm is hugging the coast of Samar before moving northwestwards, bypassing Catanduanes and then becoming a typhoon north of there quite quickly, and then moving northeastwards and becoming quite a powerful typhoon, getting to probably category 3 status, although it will be moving away from land when that happens. Highest winds on land there in this projection, probably about 50 miles per hour, 80 kilometers per hour at this time. And then in the end it moves way off towards the northeast. Here's the reflectivity simulated radar view, and you can see the eye really starts forming as it passes close to Catanduanes, and then off it goes further north once again. Really looks very good later on, but even in those earlier periods it does move quite quickly, but it looks like there could be some significant rainfall and some high color values there moving through some of those islands, particularly northeastern Samar there I just caught a little area of red there moving over, but once again it won't be moving very slowly, so the rainfall risk may be mitigated by that. So let's take a look at the actual rainfall totals expected from this storm over the next 7 days once again. So for Palau, first of all, probably only up to about 2 inches of rain there, that's 50 millimeters. And then we look towards those islands of the Philippines, the eastern islands. Again, some of those areas could be getting quite high, up towards 6 inches I would imagine, that's 150 millimeters. But some locations offshore will be seeing much higher amounts than that, and maybe even onshore actually there. There's that location in Samar up to 9 inches, but offshore up to 16 inches or 400 millimeters as this storm progresses and really bulks up, is what the GFS is forecasting there north of Catanduanes. Well, sea surface temperatures certainly won't let the system down. They're very warm right now, 29 to maybe even 1 or 2 spots of 30 degrees Celsius waters. In fact, these temperatures underrate it just a little bit here, but temperatures are really good all the way up through the southern Ryukyu Islands of Japan, including Daitojima. But right now, temperatures near the system are around 29 degrees Celsius. So we already saw a little bit earlier what it looked like, but here it is right now, looking at the actual full set of images here, moving northwestwards, and you're starting to see a little bit of a center of circulation starting to appear. I don't think it's a full-blown one yet, but it's really close. Convective pattern is pretty weak around the system at this time and doesn't have much rotation in those upper levels. But you can see that it is getting there, and I think it will become a tropical cyclone within about 24 hours definitely, and maybe within 12 hours. It just needs to blow up some more convection, and then I imagine pretty soon, all on its own, the circulation will manage to tighten up. Looking at water vapor imagery there as well, some dry air well off to the west. And these are some of the Force 13 website floaters that you can take a look at as well on our site. We also have our automated stream running right now, showing the latest on this system, as well as the area of interest in the Bay of Bengal. There's a little precipitation profile on the system recently as well. Looks like there's been quite a lot to its southeast. Shouldn't really be showing this imagery because it's a little bit out of date. That's what it was looking like yesterday, but still looking decent and on its way to becoming a tropical cyclone.